Welcome to Back Issues. I am Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Batman Earth 1, Volume 1, written by Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns!
Jeff Johns! I love Jeff Johns.
Yeah?
I don't know anything he's done,
Yes,
but
you do.
I love his day.
He wrote the first volume, well, he wrote, like, Justice League for the New 52. He wrote the Superman book, Last Son of Krypton.
Oh, okay.
With art by Gary Frank, whose work you're not familiar with, and I don't think you are either, but it's good, and you might enjoy it. It's very, like, it reminds me of Brian Boland, where it's like, oh, that looks like a real person over there.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. So, Batman Earth 1, much like Superman Earth 1, which we did the first volume of a while back, is a reimagining... Okay, remember Ultimate Marvel, where they're like, in 2000, they were like, what if Spider-Man was born, like, now? Like, what if he was a 15-year-old kid now? But, like, 15 years ago. That's Earth 1. Earth 1's like, what if Batman were Batman, like, now?
Oh.
And let's kind of, like, give it a... Let's not quite go Christopher Nolan realistic with it, but let's try and ground it a little better.
Is that way we can see his eyes?
Yes.
That's really freaking me out.
Yeah, I don't like seeing Batman's pupils at all.
Well, you get his eyelashes in there, too.
Yeah.
It looks like a lady.
Jeff Johns is kind of approaching this from a, like, we're gonna do Ultimate DC. And we'll only do it with, like, major characters. So they did it with Superman, Batman, and then Superman again, and then Batman again, and eventually they're gonna do
Superman again!
Yes.
So it's like All-Star?
Yeah. Except, unlike All-Star, this didn't fail.
Oh.
Right.
This actually was pretty critically acclaimed. People really liked this.
All-Star Superman didn't fail.
No, it did not.
No, All-Star Batman.
Actually, and it sold like gangbusters. It was just a fail,
Right.
you know, in every other way.
Because it sucked.
Except for the art. The art was awesome, but yes, it did suck. This came out in 2012. Volume 2 actually just came out maybe a couple of months ago.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So
Wow.
it took 3 years to make the second part of this, which is set 6 months later after this story. The origin is similar, but in a very interestingly different way. When I first read it, I was like, F this book. Stupid. I hate it. Because Batman looks like a goober. When you can see, especially in the comics, and you can see his eyes, he just looks like he looks like what Batman would look like, which is a lunatic in a fucking bat costume.
I opened right up to this image.
Yeah, that's the image that you're just like, what a douche.
Yeah. So
Yeah!
wait, how does this... I'm sorry, did you already answer this? How does this fit into New 52 continuity?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Totally divorced from it.
All right.
These are separate. This is like the Ultimate Universe. Except,
Oh, right, you did say that. I'm
interestingly
sorry.
enough, neither of these... No characters from other books appear in these books. So, like, there's no reference to Superman.
So
there's no reference to Batman
so
in the Superman
even though
books.
they have, like,
Earth 1...
Superman...
Yeah, you would assume that they're part of the same universe. It doesn't feel like it.
Okay. So Earth 1 is not the standard Earth.
No.
Or DC.
No.
Okay.
No, you'd think it would be. I thought it was a weird choice for them to say, like, no, this is Earth 1. Like, Earth 1 should be Earth Prime, or, like, the main continuity, but it's not.
Okay. Ben's reading ahead.
Yeah, I know. So, in this...
Tell her.
So, like, alright, here's the thing, and you can look through it, like, it's fine, you can ask questions, but, like, here's the story. The origin is the same but different, you know, rich boy, parents murdered, but, like, there's a lot of stuff in between, but, as you can see, it's a short book.
Yeah.
So they actually managed to fit a lot of stuff in there without over-explaining it. Yeah, there's not a lot of... there's no, like, narration. It's just characters giving you a straight story. So, in this, Thomas and Martha Wayne are Bruce's parents, but Thomas Wayne is running for mayor of Gotham City.
Oh.
So he's not a doctor.
I think he was a doctor, but now he's going to get into politics. That's how he got his money. Like, he owned a very prominent, like, medical firm, and then he owned, like, hospitals and stuff. Like, he got wealthy, and then he's like, you know what, I'm going to clean up Gotham, and I'm going to do it by being mayor.
Yeah, owning multiple hospitals, yeah, it's money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It's exactly right. So, and interestingly enough, they decided, like, let's make Martha Wayne kind of interesting, too. So her maiden name is Arkham.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no. Martha Wayne is a member of the Arkham family, and in fact, Arkham Asylum makes a big appearance in this book, but it's an abandoned house. It's where the Arkhams used to live. It was their estate, and Martha's mother, or grandmother, went crazy and murdered some relative of theirs in the Arkham house.
Because she was haunted by a bat.
No!
And now it's haunted?
Well, now no one goes in there, because they're like, that's where crazy people live. And the Arkhams are cursed. Like, they're a cursed crazy people.
Well, I mean, clearly not Martha.
Well, no, but people always, like, spoke behind her back, and the Dent family...
Those two-faced assholes.
I know, right? Well, interestingly enough, they really played up the two angle with the Dents, because we have Harvey Dent, but we also have his sister, and they're twins.
Oh.
And Bruce is a childhood friend of the sister Dent, and Harvey Dent hates him.
Oh.
And is like, you're from Arkham. Like, you're in Arkham, and you'll never be anything else. Like, you're gonna infect my sister with the crazy, so get away.
Alright, if this was like... I don't know who would do this, but for some reason I had the idea of like, no, it's a brother and sister and they're twins, but it's actually just Harvey.
And he dresses like a woman.
Side, you only see him from his sides the whole time.
Yeah, and we never meet her. Like, it's just that he's talking to her. And you're
He's
like,
talking
no,
to
his
her.
sister's there.
You know, he's talking to her, but like, you know, you only see half of her, and it's a woman, and then the other half, you only see there's a servant.
Thomas Wayne's running for mayor, and he's getting death threats because Gotham is actually corrupt. It's not like Gotham's corrupt because there's these mob families and the Joker. It's corrupt in that, like, even like the water treatment plant has some crooked individual running it. Like, everything is fucked. And as such, Thomas Wayne's getting a lot of death threats. So he calls up his old war buddy, Alfred, to be head of security for the Wayne family while he runs for mayor.
Cool.
So Alfred shows up and he looks like Sam Elliott.
Oh.
But he's British.
Okay.
So it's Sam Elliott with an English accent and a cane. I always look at him as Sam Elliott, but I can't Sam Elliott can never have anything other than a cowboy voice.
No,
Yeah.
So it
obviously.
doesn't. But like, and that'd be fine. But he is British. It'd be fine if he wasn't. And they were like, no, Alfred is a cowboy. But as such, Alfred is awesome. He shows up at the Waynes and he's like, a lot of money. Like, he is totally like real. You know what I mean? And he shows up at the Wayne's house and he's like, the door's open. Like, what are you doing? You know? Like, he's already giving them a hard time about...
It's like, you don't know who I am? It's like, clearly I know who you are.
No, well, they're friends. They fought in the war together. The war in
No, I know.
the
It's
desert.
like, just like, you didn't know who I was?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said you were coming.
Yeah, you said you were coming. I knew you were going to be here in like half an hour. I just left the door unlocked for you. But anyone could have gone through that door.
Someone could have killed you and Martha, and then, whoa, what have Bruce done aside from turn into a crazy vigilante?
Exactly.
What am I saying? That's stupid.
So, yeah, what a high-flying idea. So, Alfred is like, all right, they're running the campaign at headquarters in Wayne Manor, and the election's happening.
That's a terrible idea.
I know. It doesn't come into play in the story. But, you know, they're like, Bruce really wants to go see this movie, so I know that, like, we're waiting for the poll results to come in, or the results of the election to come in, but, like, we're going to take Bruce to the movies, because Bruce really wants to go. And Bruce is a brat.
Really?
Yes. Like, he is like, come on, Mom, come on, Dad, you said we'd go to the movies, let's go!
Wait, you mean a only child, spoiled rich kid?
Yeah, he is exactly how he would normally be.
Okay.
And he is such a douche. He totally asks for the murder of his parents. In that, like, they have no business going to the movies. You're running a mayoral campaign. You have people who work for you who are literally, like, getting faxes and making phone calls in your house. And you're like, hey, guys, we're going to leave for about 3 hours, go into the city, and go to the movies.
Because our son
demands it. So, and Alfred's like, okay, well, you didn't tell me you were going to the movies. We have to call, I'll arrange for a car. And he's like, no, Alfred, like, I want us to have a normal family. Like,
I know. And Alfred, run for mayor.
That's what Alfred said. He goes, that's over for you. Like, you are not a normal family.
Yeah, remember when you called me out here?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you are hugely rich, and you're running for mayor of the most corrupt city in the country. You're not gonna have a normal life now.
And it's not like you're running for mayor by, like, paying people off.
No, you're running.
You're trying to
like,
do this
election,
legitimately.
win the election.
And clean up the city.
Yeah.
Also, if I walk out of the door, I have a mile walk to the front gate, which on the front says Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
It's not even a house.
No, it's
you
not like
live in a
on
manor.
your mailbox. Yeah.
And then I gotta walk a mile back up.
And I have a
to finish
cane.
this conversation with you.
I have a bum leg. It's another neat aspect of Alfred is a bum leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not like a missing leg, but it's just like...
It's missing.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah. That's a reveal. Eventually, like, Bruce is going to be, like, an adult, and he and Alfred clash about Bruce's methods as being Batman, and then Alfred's like, bring it. and they fight, and like Bruce eventually sweeps the leg and knocks it out, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know, Alfred." And Alfred's like, "You're soft. Like you felt bad for me."
He's like, "Of course you didn't know. I didn't want you to know."
Exactly. Like, yeah, you didn't know because I had the upper hand.
So
like,
Alfred's like Creed, but not.
Yeah.
He's like Miyagi and Creed at the same time.
He's like,
but no, sweep the leg.
yeah, no, sweep my leg.
"Oh, go ahead, do it.
Do it or I'll take you out." So, so they go to the movies. It all goes south. They decide to go through an alley. Mugger comes by. He actually is going like through the alley, and he bumps into the Waynes, and you know, someone says like, one of them says like, "Well, rude," and Bruce yells at him and says like, "How dare you? Like, do you know who I am and how rich we are?" You know, he's like, "My dad could buy and sell you." And he's like, "Oh, you're the Wayne kid." He's like, "Well, you're coming with me." And he grabs Bruce, and then he just kills the Waynes. And then tries to grab the necklace, and he like fails, and he leaves.
How incredibly dumb! You don't kill the parents.
No,
you just steal the
You
kid.
take the kid.
Because nobody wants the kid, trust me.
No,
He's a
no.
brat.
So
In fact, maybe even the parents know him just kidnapped. Oh no, our son.
we can make another one. So
Plenty more where that came from.
so the police take Bruce back to the manor, and like social services show up, and they're talking to Alfred, and Alfred's like, "It's pretty fucked up. Well, I guess I better go home because the election's over."
Did he win?
They don't really like indicate whether he wins or not, but like
He would have.
but I think so. I like to think he would have won, but like, but then the social worker's like, "Where are you going? You're the beneficiary of Bruce Wayne. Like, Thomas changed his will like a week ago, and you're his parent now." And he's like, "Oh no."
He's like, no.
"Oh no. Oh, I am not a parent. I am a psychopath. Like, I am a murdering war veteran. Like, there's no way." And she's like,
I would love it if he said that to her, like, no.
"Oh, he does." He goes, "No."
I'm a psychopath?
I mean, no, he just goes like, "No, I can't."
No, but if he was just like, I'm a psychopath.
I'm a psycho. No, it, like,
She'd be like, oh, well, never mind.
yeah, she's from Gotham. She'd be like, "Well, they kind of all are, so good luck. Maybe you could go to the movies and fucking make the problem go away."
Oh, don't worry, you're not a psychopath. You're rich now.
Yes.
Now you're eccentric. So Alfred inherits Bruce and
the fortune?
and the fortune. Well, Bruce gets the fortune. Alfred gets to live there. I don't know if Alfred gets...
How generous.
Alfred
of the
doesn't.
Waynes.
Alfred is not interested in the money. Like,
But even still,
he doesn't even.
like,
He doesn't even change the way he looks.
Dear Alfred, enjoy this
Son.
jackass
Yeah,
of a
enjoy
son.
my burden.
He will get all the money though.
Yeah.
So, you
No,
know.
I think Alfred gets the money, and then like he gives it to Bruce. But whatever. There's this really nice scene between Alfred and Bruce. Like, Bruce just sitting there at the table, and he's just like, he looks like this, like on the cover, where he's just like, he just looks sad.
Yeah.
By the way, he stops being. He mostly stops being a petulant douche when his parents are murdered in front of him.
I
You
should
mean
hope
because
so.
he got the murder?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Well-
immediately recognizes it's his fault.
Because there's a small part of him who's like, it's my fault.
Yeah, did I call this? Except unlike a pampered, rich, douchey, like, only child, he does not then say, "No, it's society's fault," and then distance himself from, like, poor people forever. But Alfred sits down at the table with him, and then Alfred's just like, "So, hi." And he goes, "Who are you?" And Alfred's like, "I'm your butler." Like, and that's where Alfred being the butler comes in. And so
But my
that's-
fee is really steep.
yeah, but
I have to live here, and I get paid $100,000 a week.
yeah. In addition to that, we also have Gordon, like, kind of coming up through the ranks and stuff like that, much like Year One. Except in this, Gordon's already kind of old. Like, Gordon's pretty, like, not when Bruce is a kid. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, he's Gordon's already grizzled.
So, at the moment, he's still a detective?
Yeah, I think he's detective.
But, like, he's been a detective for 20 years.
Right, like, yeah, exactly.
Is he too good? Like, he's too, like,
You
moral?
know, no. Here's the thing. They give him a new partner. They're like, "You meet your new partner." And it's Harvey Bullock, who is, like, Gordon's, like, once and future partner throughout.
Right.
Unlike the Harvey Bullock we know, who looks like this, who's a slob, we get a Harvey Bullock who looks more like what people portray Harvey Dent to look like. He's a gorgeous man who's, like,
What?
svelte, and he comes from Hollywood. And he actually used to be, like, a real cop on a show called, like, Hollywood Detectives. Like a reality show about being a cop in LA.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the version of Harvey Bullock. And he's like, I'm trying, and he's like, and he's suave and smooth talking. He's always smiling, and you can see his gums because he's smiling so hard all the time. Like, he's that smooth and slippery and douchey.
I'm such a good
Yeah,
cop.
and Gordon's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get this guy out of here. And he's like, what lunatic? And it's Predator 2, where he's like, what lunatic would be assigned to this hellhole? Much
and it's Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. Yeah. It's that exact story, except, like, I think the idea is that Bullock's show got canceled. You don't find that out until later, because he always introduces himself, oh yeah, I'm the host of Hollywood Detectives, like, all 5 seasons, and later he introduced himself to Bruce Wayne, and Wayne goes, didn't that show get canceled? And he's like, he totally shuts him
So
down.
does that mean that he's going to transform into the Bullock wheel?
Probably.
That'd be really funny.
I've read Volume 2, and we
Swab.
see what happens to Bullock, but in this you can kind of get an impression. Bullock has a major role to play in this book. So,
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So Gordon is like, ugh, this fucking guy. And Bullock is learning the ropes, and they run into, like, this guy named Axe, who looks like the Joker from Batman vs. Superman. Or Suicide Squad, where he looks like he's got tattoos. He's just damaged across his forehead. But no, he's just a douche who's tatted up, and he's threatening some chick. And, Gordon's driving the squad car, and Bullock's like, oh, somebody's getting shaken down, like, let's go. And Gordon's like, no, that's not how we do things in Gotham. And Bullock's like, what are you, crazy? Like, that's a crime. And so he, like, jumps out of the car, like, while it's moving, and then, like, goes and kicks the shit out of the punk, and the girl, like, is really ungrateful, and, like...
She's like, he wasn't going to do anything that bad to me.
Right, she's like, what are you doing? And Gordon...
And she's a hooker.
Yeah.
And then she stabs him.
No, it's... Nice try. So Gordon is like, sorry, Axe, and he helps him up, and Bullock's like, what's the matter with you? And Gordon's like, we're all on the take. Like...
Gordon's on the take?
Yeah.
No!
What?
But there's a
Bullock's
justifiable...
the moral compass in this?
Kind of. Bullock's more, like, naive. Bullock's not the moral compass, he just doesn't know any better.
Oh.
But Gordon is dirty.
Yes. But it's only because Gordon used to be like the Gordon we remember, and then...
Gotham broke him.
And then Axe was involved with the murder of his wife.
Oh.
Like, his wife was killed, and he's like, okay. And he doesn't go like, they killed my wife, so I'm gonna be, like, I'm gonna fight even harder. He just goes, oh, okay, and he folds. He's just like, oh, you killed my wife? I'm done. Because they have a daughter, Barbara, and they have to keep her safe. And, by the way, it's kind of nebulous as to whether or not his wife was murdered by the mob. Like, I think she got into a car accident, or the car exploded. I don't remember which part of it. But, like, it involves a car, and
If it explodes, they're just like, clearly it was the mob, and GM is just like,
yeah!
oh yeah, it was the mob!
Yeah.
Shit, that ignition switch.
Yeah, exactly.
It was that extreme airbag, the taco whatever.
Yeah.
Bam!
The mob! So, Toyota's like, yes, and we'll fight to the bitter end to help you get reparations from the mob. So,
And not us.
yes.
Wasn't us.
It wasn't our fault. So, but, like, no, like, even Barbara is like, you can't keep blaming yourself for Mom. Like, we don't even know if the mob killed Mom. And we never find out. Like, that's never a thing.
Oh.
Even in the second book.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Gordon's just this broken, lonely, miserable man.
Aww.
No friends. He has his daughter who's a librarian, kind of like bringing it back for the old Barbara Gordon.
Right. And how old is she?
Like 21.
Okay.
So she's a hot librarian.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And I say that because
Does
it's
she
like...
wear her hair up?
Yes.
So she can,
And then sometimes
and with
she can-
glasses?
Sometimes you can let her hair down.
Right? Like when she's wearing a back cowl. But like... And by the way, she's beautiful and she's untouched and she's such a sweet person, which means she's going to be like raped or murdered or something, because that's how dark and grizzled this book is.
Okay.
So...
Why are you telling this to us, man?
It's not in this. It's not in this. Don't worry. But she also has an interesting part to play.
Don't worry, it's okay, man. It's okay.
So we're setting the stage here. So these are the players, and then by the way, like I think the Bat origin story is Bruce Wayne, like young Bruce Wayne is sad. He goes to the mausoleum where his parents are buried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he like tries to open the door. When he opens it, bats fly out, and he's like, "Whoa!" We never see him become Batman. We never see the moment where he's in the study and the bat crashes the window, and he's like, "I'll become a bat," or he finds his father's holographic ball and then goes into a cave and it projects bats. Neither origin is represented in this. It's more just, he's like...
Holographic ball?
That's in Batman Zero Year, which is in continuity for New 52. Batman just gets started right away. Like, he just goes, okay, I'm Batman now, and he just puts on the Bat costume, and the opening of the book is actually him chasing down a crooked cop.
I imagine good. Just, Alfred's just like, where the fuck did you get that suit?
Where'd you get a suit? Yeah, eventually Alfred does go like, this is what you're doing with your life? You're gonna dress like a fucking idiot and run around? Like, I can think of less expensive ways to kill yourself.
Alright, you're weird.
So,
let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm your butler.
So there's the opening scene is actually Batman, and like they set the stage for the opening of this book where he's like cast in shadow and it's awesome looking, and he's on the rooftops and he's chasing this dirty cop, and you find out he's a dirty cop later. But like he's chasing him down, and there's that moment where he goes like, rah! Like he's jumping across the roof, but he misses
Because he sucks.
because he sucks. He just falls and like grabs on an air conditioner and like breaks, like he just hits every branch on the way down from the fucking tree.
He's Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, and then he just lands in garbage, and there's just this moment of Batman going like, "Ow!"
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But by the way, there's a moment where when they're still trying to set up that Batman's awesome and cool, he's chasing down the guy. The guy gets like too far away, so he breaks out the bat like grappling gun, and he's like, and then he fires it. And he goes, "Pachang!" Like it just doesn't work because he bought it off like eBay, and the image is hilarious because he just goes like.
All right, this is the only good reason
when
why
you
can
need
see
the
his
eyes.
Yeah.
Then he falls, and it's like the first time Batman fails, and the story goes that the Batman thinks that the mayor, the current mayor, who was actually mayor when he's running against Thomas Wayne,
Paid the mugger to kill his
parents. So he's like, okay, I know the mayor is mobbed up, I know he's corrupt, which is all true, and I know that he paid to have my parents killed because he was running against him. Like, of course, like, he got him assassinated. So I'm going to take down the mayor and clean up the city.
Right, it
the
certainly wasn't just...
You know,
It wasn't just a random... Oh, it wasn't just his fault?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is his fault. But if he was just being a dick, his parents would still be alive. They would just be regretful that they had children. They wouldn't be dead. So,
You don't know that?
yeah, they might be like, no, he's a genius and he's wonderful and he deserves that scholarship.
No, I mean, they could still
They
be
still
dead.
could have been dead.
Oh, yeah, true.
That guy could have just been unhinged.
Well, they could have been in one of those cars that Mrs. Gordon was driving.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
It's a bad brand.
yeah. So,
Well, you see, the gas pedal sometimes just gets stuck on full.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
think
you know...
those are probably LexCorp mobiles.
Yeah, you touch it
Yeah.
a little bit, it's just like, vroom off a cliff.
Batman figures out that, like, that guy he was chasing has this lighter, and the lighter says #1 Dad on it, and it's actually a lighter that, like, Bruce and his mom picked out for his dad.
And what you're telling me is there's no other #1 dad
Cigarette lighter. No.
out
Well,
there.
as
He's the #1 dad.
can't-
As it turns out, the mugger is Ultron 8.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, okay, there you go.
Best father ever.
Because you can't just get those things.
No, you
Those
can't just
are-
have those engraved.
Those are bestowed
Yeah.
upon truly
like a
the number
committee
one.
of
Yeah.
fathers who are like, no, your father truly
Yeah,
is
you
#1
can't
dad. You may have the lighter.
Yeah, you can't just go and get a shirt that says #1 Dad
Or a
on it.
mug.
No.
No.
He knows it's his dad's lighter, whatever. And so he's like, what's that guy doing with my dad's lighter? He must have been involved. Because
Okay.
he's a cop and whatever. So,
Oh my god. What's that guy doing? What's that guy doing with my dad's letter? And it's just like, this is a wonderful letter that my daughter got me from my birthday.
where'd you get the lighter, scumbag?
It was so cute.
Yeah, you're damn right it was a gift when I gave it to my dad. Yeah, every time you break down Batman to his basis level, he's just this sad kid who's just crying.
Aw.
So he tracks down the guy at the mayor's like cocktail, like big gala cocktail party. There's always a cocktail party.
Yeah,
in a
it's
Batman
Gotham, there's lots of
Gotham, and all the bad guys are there, and by the bad guys I mean just the mayor and his goons and whatever, and a bunch of rich people. So Bruce Wayne is like, okay, like I'll have to be Bruce Wayne. I'll come out of hiding because Bruce Wayne, of course, like took time to like train or whatever, but he doesn't train like he does in the comics. He trains like I learned how to box and stuff. Like that's
With Alfred?
Eventually, Alfred does teach him how to fight.
Okay.
But not yet.
But not
But like
quite.
more like by books. And
No, he fights with him and stuff, but like later, Batman
Tybo.
will, and jazzercise. So Batman eventually
He
will
has buns of steel.
fail so many times that Alfred's gonna be like, Jesus Christ, like you need to get a grip and figure out how to fight this. If you're gonna launch a war, first of all, let's get you a gun so you can actually be effective. And he's like, no guns. And he's like, well then you'll be dead.
Well, this is a gun.
No guns. Like, then you'll die. And he's like, no guns.
Well, alright, could you sign this piece of paper that,
Gives me all your money. If they find you in a bat costume in an alley.
I refuse to use guns. This is my own.
Yeah, exactly. I refuse to use guns, and I just dressed in a bat costume.
Clear mind and
Sound body. I give Alfred all my money. So, Alfred, like, offers to train him, and he's also like, you need to wear fucking body armor, because you're just wearing, like, a costume.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. And Batman's like, no. Like, I don't wear a armor. And they're like, why? And he goes, because then they think I need it. And I'm like,
you do!
Yeah, but you do! But I like that. I thought that was kind of cool, where he's like, if they see a lunatic in a costume, they'll think maybe I'm ethereal, but they don't, and it never helps. Eventually, Bruce meets...
Can't you just wear the armor underneath?
Right? And it just looks like you're buffer than you are. Eventually...
Get like a bulletproof vest that's molded to have muscles in it.
Yeah, like they do in the movie.
And
Yeah,
nipples.
exactly.
Yeah, and nipples.
And nipples.
But only on the outside. So...
I mean, you want them to know that, like, yeah, I'm tough and I'm protected, but also, like, it's a little bit chilly out here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but
You
also,
should know.
I'm enjoying this.
Right. Ooh, I'm Batman. So,
What are you, Mel Gibson?
yeah.
Ah!
So, Batman needs to, like, upgrade his arsenal, and he knows that, like, Alfred's no help. Like, Alfred will teach him to fight.
Right.
But I was not building weapons.
No, he's rough and tumble.
Yeah. So he goes to Wayne Tech, and he meets this, like, tech wizard named Lucius Fox. But Lucius Fox is, like, a pain in the ass for the people upstairs, so they, like, put him in the smallest room possible, and he's like, I'm gonna give you some fucking... And it's Bruce Wayne. He goes like, I'm gonna give you some fucking dough if you build shit for me to be Batman. And he's like, cool. So he does.
Thank you, because I'm in the fucking closet.
Yeah, and he gives it, like, he builds him the bat grapple. And he's like...
And Batman's like, I'm not so sure about this.
Yeah, no, he actually says, like, I had some problems with this grapple, and he gives it to him, and he's like, what is this? Like, where'd you get this? And so he's like, could you make it, like, work? And he's like, I'll make another one. So he gives him the back grapple, and then when Batman goes to the cocktail party to face down the, you know, the
mayor?
No, the corrupt cop who's on the take, who's with the mayor and shit. Eventually he puts on his bat costume, the guy goes upstairs to the roof to smoke, which is convenient.
Yeah.
And Batman shows up, he's like, where'd you get the lighters? Come back, I'll fucking kill you. And he starts to beat the shit out of him, and then all the cops come upstairs, because they all want to, like, go smoking. They're like, what's going on up here?
Well, he was the smoking scout.
Yeah, he's like, okay, this is a good place, we can smoke up here.
Is he gonna smoke? Yeah, we're gonna smoke.
Yeah. So all the cops show up, including, like, Gordon and Bullock, and they're like, what the hell is that? Like, what is this guy's
Who is this fruitcake?
What the hell? Yeah, he's like, uh-oh. So he just runs and then, like, jumps off the building and then, like, fires his bat grapple, and it works.
Yay!
And they shoot him, like, they shoot at him, and, like, his cowl actually has, like, a thing. So it goes, ba-tew! Like, he goes, whoo! Like, good thing I armored the good call, Alfred. Like, he's giving cred to everyone who helped him out. Like, and thank you, Mom, for the good genes. Like, you know,
She put a note in my lunch that said, I believe in you, honey.
yeah, no, I believe in myself now.
Also, jump off a roof in case you get shot at by cops.
Yeah. So, but then it goes taut, and he, like, swings back, and he goes through the window into the cocktail party. And, like, the image that they use for the front cover is him just awkwardly crashing through the window into the cocktail party.
Hey!
Batman is a one-man fail army, where he's just crashing through windows and falling off buildings.
Right, but I guess no one else knows, like, I guess that was part of his plan.
Yeah, they're like, wow, Batman's like striking fear, except he looks like an idiot in a bat costume falling through a window. That's the great part of Gary Frank's art, is that it like looks like a jackass in a bat costume. It ruins comics in a way, because you're like, there's no mystique. You're like, that douche in a bat costume is gonna fucking die. So Batman goes into the, you know, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kick ass, and, you know, and then he runs away and he escapes. By the way, when he starts to escape, one of it, like, just a moment that happens, it's cool, like, the first thing he does, when he sees, like, all the cops, and it's Gordon and Batman meeting for the first time, Gordon's like, what the hell is that? Batman then punches him in the nose.
He just punches Jim Gordon.
At first, he's like, who's the oldest, frailest looking man here? That guy. Bang! You're like, Batman, like, it's just hilarious because it's just Batman making all the wrong choices. Just Batman picks one guy to punch in this whole group, and it's fucking Gordon.
Well, not only that, but just like, hey, man, I'm gonna look super tough. And they're like, you hit an old guy.
Yeah, you hit that
What an asshole.
Yeah, what a dickhead.
I'm imagining Alfred later on, like, looking at the news, being like, let me get this straight.
The only guy who punched.
It was
Was that old guy?
Was a senior
old guy.
citizen.
It was a senior citizen.
Who can't get any higher, and his wife's dead.
Yeah.
And you punched him.
And Batman's like, yeah, but like...
Yeah. And you broke his head. Yeah, but he was in the way. It struck fear into the hearts of those cops.
It sent a message. Yeah, you're a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you also, push any babies into the street on your way out?
Steal their candy.
Someone pulled the fire alarm and you push an old lady out of the way?
Exactly.
Get
Get out first.
What a douche. So,
I'm more important.
I'm Batman. I need to go first. Why? Because I'm Batman.
I gotta use that sometime.
Yeah. Why do you have to go? Because I'm Batman.
You're like,
Do a mask.
Just cut a line someplace.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think you are?
I'm the goddamn Batman. I think if someone did that to me, I would legitimately crap my pants.
I see Jim Gordon with a bandage on his nose.
Oh yeah, he goes like, they're talking about the Batman breaking up the party and stuff, and they're just like, yeah, and then he broke fucking some jackass's nose, right, Gordon? Gordon's like,
the really effective thing he did was punch Jim Gordon
in the face. That's all he does.
I love how Jeff Johns is setting up this story.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun.
What the hell was that?
You'll see in a minute.
Oh.
So Alfred's like, you're not ready. You're a failure. And then they have their fight, and Batman sweeps the leg, and Alfred's like, maybe he is ready. Like, if he's willing to punch old people and cripple cripples, then maybe he's ready to be Batman. Like, what a dick. So, they have their fight, and Batman, blah, blah, blah. So then, Harvey Bullock's whole plan, by the way, like, his whole, like, I'm gonna join the detective force, he's like, I'm going to solve the mystery of who murdered Martha and Thomas Wayne. And that will put me on the map, and maybe I'll have my show back.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll, like, shoot it here and make it, like, a gritty or new version of the show. We did the spit-polished Hollywood version. Now we got, like, the East Coast, like...
Nazy, if he was filming himself solving the mystery,
Now, if he had been filming
that would be
that would
great.
be pretty awesome. But he doesn't do that.
We would need like a selfie stick.
Yeah. But they weren't invented yet, because it was 2012. So,
Well, that's okay. You don't have a selfie stick itself. You just, you tape your camera onto the end of a broomstick.
yeah.
Just hold it.
Little DIY for those comic
That would've really
population.
Life hack
That would have
to look like an asshole.
That would have solidified him as a true douche.
Okay.
And he's like,
Yeah.
hey Jim, get in the shot.
Get in the shot. Get the fuck out.
That's when Jim punches him.
Yeah.
They both show up to work the next day with bandages.
And they're both like, and the police went, ah! That'd be amazing. So, Bullock is like, I need the records, for the Waynes. So he goes down to the records room, and he's like, hey, I need the case files for Thomas and Martha Wayne. And, like, the old lady, like, the was working there was like...
I was like, of course, it's an old lady.
Yeah, she's, this old black lady, she's like, name... and he's like, Harvey Bullock, Hollywood Detectives. She's like,
Smile.
I don't know who you are. And he's like, oh, like, I'm new. And he gives her his badge. She goes, you're not in the system yet. I can't give you records unless you're in the system. He goes, oh, that's too bad, because, you see...
I have these 2 tickets.
No, he doesn't do that. He actually pulls the Gordon card, because everyone knows what a pain in the ass Gordon is. He's like, my partner is Jim Gordon, and he has me those files, and he's gonna read me the riot act. And she's like, just print his name, and then I'll make a request. And he's like, okay. So she writes down Jim Gordon. And then this chick, later on, goes through the record vault.
Oh,
and
no.
she reads the name, and then she just picks up the phone, because there's people everywhere. There's corrupt folk everywhere, reporting to the mayor. And she goes like, hey, guess who's looking around at the Waynes again?
Jim Gordon.
Jim Gordon.
Again?
That's what fucked Gordon the first time. So, Gordon, so Bullock goes to Gordon, and he's got the files, and he's like, Gordon, look at this! Like, look what I figured out! And Gordon's like, where'd you get those files? And he's like, I got them from the records room, where they kept the files. And
Gordon's like, hey, I didn't think you were authorized to get files at.
yeah.
He's just like, that's okay, use your name.
Yeah, he didn't even say that.
No!
I think eventually, yeah, he does do that. Because, like, Axe calls up and he's like, well, we have your daughter and you didn't learn your lesson the first time, so I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way. And Gordon's like, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, he freaks out at Bullock, and Bullock's like, I didn't know, like, what do you want, man? This is how I do things. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So-
Bullock really, in this case, is entirely innocent.
Like, you feel kind of bad for him, but Gordon's like, it's your fucking fault, my daughter's in jeopardy, and my what? And that's when you find out, like, that my wife was killed, and I'm not an asshole, it's just that I was beaten down by life, my wife was murdered, and
And Bullock gives him a hug.
yeah, Bullock feels bad. No, the only people who hug are Alfred and Bruce. But,
It's really awkwardly.
yeah.
It's like, they don't even do the pats.
No.
It's like, they do a quick hug, but they have to squeeze so it hurts a little
Yeah.
bit. It's like, Yeah, hug. Oh, we're men. Yeah.
hernia. So,
That's not where hernias go.
that's how hernias go. So Bullock's like, look, I'm sorry. Like, I fucked up. Like, I fucked up, man. And
Everything?
your daughter's missing. No.
Okay.
Let's not overdo it. So Bullock goes, like, I fucked up, I'm sorry. Let's fix this. And Gordon's like, how are we gonna fix it? So, like, Gordon and Bullock go find Axe, that douchebag, and Axe's like, sorry, man, that's the nature of the deal. And then, like, Bullock hits Axe with a baseball bat, and then, like, he goes,
Bring it back around.
yeah, and then, Gordon, he's like, Gordon, come here. And he goes, what is this, good cop, bad cop? And then Harvey Bullock splashes into the biggest, showiest smile and goes, what, are you kidding, man? I know what it takes to run Gotham City now. And then there's this full-page splash of him holding a bat and Gordon holding a crowbar, going, it's bad cop in Gotham City.
What?
So I guess they beat him and torture him and throw him in the trunk of Bullock's car, and then they find out that...
What the crap?
Yeah, I know, it's great. So
Great, that's dark as crap.
oh, I know.
It's amazing, though.
Yeah. Batman starts to, like, put all the clues together. He's like, oh, like, he's not looking for Barbara, by the way. He's looking for, like, who is involved with the mayor and blah, blah, blah. And he finds out that, like, there's a trail of bodies that leads to Arkham. Leads to to Arkham Manor.
Really?
Yeah. Which is, by the way, like, condemned and abandoned, blah, blah. Like, after
Right.
the murders, suicide,
It's the perfect place to hide a body.
it's a great place to hide a body. And it's also a great place to hide, like, a mob enforcer / like, information getter who, like, roughs up people and gets information.
Called Killer Croc, who'll eat your hand if you don't give him the right information.
Killer Croc is in Volume 2. No, there's a new character who, like, it's almost like a spiritual reimagining of another Batman villain, which we'll get into in a second.
Okay.
So Gordon and Bullock find out that Barbara is taken to this, like, fucked up mob enforcer at Arkham. They go there. Batman finds out, like, there's some shit going on at Arkham. He goes down there, and Batman, Gordon, and Bullock, like, run into each other at Arkham. They're like, whoa! They go around corners, like, oh! And we find, like, Barbara...
And it's a reflex, Batman just punches Gordon in the nose again.
Oh, I'm sorry!
Ah!
I'll punch the other guy!
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I did it again.
Oh, should I punch myself in the face?
Is that how this
Does that
works?
make you feel better? So, okay. Here's where the book goes from, like, this is pretty dark, right? It's pretty fucked up. Then you meet the birthday boy. And the birthday boy looks like...
Is that the name?
That's the name of the enforcer.
Oh, no.
The birthday boy looks like the Russian from The Punisher, but wearing, like, a potato sack mask. He looks like and I kind of treat it like this is Jeff Johns and Gareth Frank's Bane.
And like Scarecrow?
And, like, Scarecrow.
Or like that kid from that Halloween movie.
Right.
Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat.
Very good call. So, the birthday boy is a horror show. Like, it turns into 7. And the birthday boy's interrogation room is this little girl's room, and they doll it up to look like a little girl's room. And so, like, this is the birthday boy, and what birthday boy
It's
does...
like Chucky on steroids.
Yeah. So birthday boy, what he likes to do is he brings the... Okay, so he gets information and he fucks up people for the mayor. And in return, they bring him little girls. And he ties them up in a little girl chair, and then he brings them a birthday cake, and he says, make a wish. And then, presumably he rapes and murders them. And...
So he's like Freddy.
Yeah, but
then, like,
he's like a
he eats the
man-child. Like, I guess he eats the cake. I don't know what happens to the cake. Then the cake doesn't come into play. Batman and Gordon are actually, like, tussling a little bit, and then they hear Barbara screaming from, like, the rape room. And...
I'm sorry. This image of him, he's got the burlap sack on, but he also has a little birthday hat.
Yeah, he has a little birthday hat on.
It's a little bit disarming, actually.
Yeah.
And not like the disarming, like, oh, what do I do? It's the, like, wait a minute, you're not that scary.
Yeah, except he's also a horror show, and he's covered in blood and shit.
Yeah, and like his biceps are the size of his head.
Yeah, like, he's scary. He's really imposing. And when I first read this, I went, like, you guys are trying too hard. But reading it all in one sitting, I was like, I think it's just really fucked up and weird. Like,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it. I'm not like, this is great, but it's also like the tone and the impression you're trying to get, like the feeling you're supposed to get, is real. Like, it's there. So
Okay.
So actually Barbara winds up, like, breaking her chair and, like, getting, like, kind of like a vampire steak out of a piece of wood, stabs him in the leg, which distracts him long enough to not rape and murder her.
Does he even feel it?
He does.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's not like, I can't feel pain because I'm pain.
I was gonna be like, he's like an Urukai.
Yeah, he's not like that where he like pulls it through himself and he just laughs in your face. So Bullock is separated from Batman and Gordon, and he breaks through the stairs and falls into the basement, and lands on all the bodies of the little girls that have been raped and murdered.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he's just like, and he comes apart.
And he just screams.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, he does.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, Batman and the birthday boy fight, and
so this is really his first
first super
villain fight.
Yes.
Okay.
And here's the reveal for the birthday boy. I don't like how much blood is on the walls and floor.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There are a lot of bodies in the basement.
Maybe it's frosting. The cake is red. He's a messy eater.
It's not
It's
frosting. Yeah, the
It's like,
cake is
the
blood.
frosting is blood.
So,
That's what he makes the cake out of, is the bodies. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, let it go
yeah,
there.
thank you. So, actually, the reveal of Batman is awesome. Like, at this point in the book, it's like, if Batman fucks up one more time, then this is not a superhero book.
Right.
This is a Garth Ennis book.
Right. Okay.
So, Birthday Boy's about to fucking kill Barbara Gordon or whatever, to immobilize her, and then Batman just breaks through the wall, like, to get him.
Nice.
And it's awesome.
That is pretty
And
cool.
Batman and Birthday Boy fight, and Birthday Boy's obviously just this jacked monster. And eventually, Batman grabs his cape, puts it over the Birthday Boy's head, and, like, knocks him out? Or suffocates him. I don't think they kill him. But I would think that if you cut up the oxygen supply to a person and then they fall down, that would murder them, but instead it just knocks them out. But he uses the cape to...
You can knock someone
Yeah.
out like that.
So he does that. Like, I want to say he suffocates him, but he doesn't because he doesn't die.
That's
But-
so weird that his cape would do that, though.
Well, no, he uses it for, like, mobility and stuff. Like, he uses it to, like, kind of carry himself a little bit more.
Yeah, but, like, it's such a non-breathable material that if you put it over someone's face... Like, if you put a t-shirt around my face and you pulled it taut, I'd be like, I can still breathe.
Right.
But is it gathered here and he's pulling on this?
Yes. So it might be that he's actually, like, choking him out. But, yeah. In here.
Yeah, that could be a combination of things.
Yeah, see, look at that. Like, I think he's choking him out, and he's suffocating.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and there's Harvey.
yeah, Harvey
Oh,
coming apart.
oh.
Yeah, it's a horror show. Thankfully, forgivably, they don't show you. They show you an arm. But they don't show you, like, all the body. There's like, a wide shot where you, like, see outlines of all the... And you're like, that's a lot of bodies.
Whoa.
So, Batman actually goes into the basement to get Bullock, and he goes like, "Do you have handcuffs?" And Bullock's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Give them to me." And, oh, crap. Bullock says something like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, what is this? And Batman's like, "You've just seen evil for the first time."
It's a good line.
Yeah. And so Batman helps pull Bullock out of this, like, nightmare and takes the handcuffs the birthday boy. Birthday boy goes to jail. Gordon takes Barbara, takes her home, and Batman's like, I know who the birthday boy belongs to. And it's the mayor. So he goes to the mayor's office.
I thought it was the birthday clown.
No, there's no clowns. There's no jokers in
Okay.
both volumes.
I just meant, like... I just
that's-
meant, not
It's
Joker.
a lot of reservation. Like,
Yeah.
But, like, by the way, like, I know you're just, clowns.
The birthday clown, yeah.
But there isn't even a reference. There isn't even a hint. There's no
No
jokers.
card,
No card, no nothing. There's no reference to him
Right.
whatsoever.
All right.
Which is really cool because it shows a lot of restraint on their behalf.
Okay.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Batman knows who the birthday boy belongs to.
Yes, it belongs to the mayor. So he goes to the mayor's office and just starts knocking the crap out of him. Because he's like, you are responsible for my parent, or for Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne's parents' deaths. No, he actually says, like, you kill Thomas and Martha Wayne. And Mayor Cobblepot says,
What?
No!
Wait, did you know it's Cobblepot the whole
you
time?
know it's Cobblepot the whole time, it's Penguin.
Ah, you didn't tell us! Ah.
That's what that picture, that image was.
Yeah, it was Penguin eating, and it was gross. He looked like Denethor eating tomatoes.
Yeah.
So Cobblepot is the mayor, so you know he's a bad guy, but he's also gross. He has the Penguin theme is that he likes wearing tuxedos, and he eats gross, and he has a big weird nose.
He likes birds.
And he has umbrellas that are knives. Like, he has umbrellas that he can use as knives. They're not like gun umbrellas.
Okay.
They're not gunbrellas.
And they're not like, little carousel...
No, or, to lure children into
and
an
they're
icy
not
grave.
hypnizing.
Yeah, they don't hypnotize either.
And
Or
then,
they shoot poisonous gas.
And then shoot a bang to scare you.
Yeah, no, they don't do that.
Okay.
So Batman kicks the hell out of them, and the Penguin basically reveals, he goes like, oh, you son of a bitch, like, you idiot. Oh, because Batman does reveal he's Bruce Wayne. He's like, you fucking killed my parents. And Penguin's
Way to fuck that up, Bruce!
I know.
Oh
And Penguin is like, you fucking idiot. Like, I did arrange to have the Waynes killed. But some punk beat me to it.
Oh.
Like, I knew that they were going to the movies and he was on his way, but some asshole in an alley killed them, so I didn't even have to pay him. Like, it was great.
So wait, no matter what,
The Waynes are
Martha
dead.
and Thomas would have been dead.
Yes, which absolves
So I
Bruce's
was
death.
right.
But it wouldn't have been his fault.
No.
Whereas it really was his fault that they got killed
It's
by that
entirely
thing.
his
Yes.
fault. This is all...
It's his fault no matter what, because he wanted to go to the movies when he shouldn't have had any business going to the movies. But he does manage to let that, like, push it a little
I mean, they're
further away.
incredible. Just get the movie brought to you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know, right? They might have a theater
It's
in
2012!
Yeah! They should have had a... Well, no, it would have been... He was, like, 8, so it would have been, like... It's still a 2000, like, what?
Alright, even if
Two?
it was like 1998.
Right, there's
Guess
still-
what?
yeah.
I'm going to call the theater. You're going to get a copy of that brought over to my house because we have a home theater.
Exactly! No, there's... that you could do that.
Ugh.
So, it's the end of the book. Cobblepot's like, you're fucked, kid. Like, I've ruined you.
It's your trump card.
Yeah,
I know who you are.
I know who you are. And then... the door opens, and Alfred comes in with a shotgun. In fact, the line is something like, he goes, there are two kinds of people in Gotham. There's predators, and there's prey. And then Alfred said, he goes, there's the third kind, Cobblepot. Survivors, kaboosh. Blows him out the window.
I can't believe that. He just kills the penguin.
Kills Penguin, because they're like, he's like, how many good Penguin stories are you going to get?
That's amazing!
Apparently only one.
This one.
Wow!
So he blows Penguin away, and Penguin dies. And then Alfred's like, get up, we gotta get out of here. And then he and Bruce, like fly the
Vanish.
coop. And,
Birds.
and then they talk about how, like, you've changed things. Like, things are different now. And so we see, like...
Things are different now. Yeah, Alfred, you killed some guy.
Yeah, in Volume 2,
Alfred's
Batman
like,
has...
I killed a lot of guys.
Like, no, I didn't
exactly.
change it. You changed it by dressing up as... Yeah, and then you came in and shot someone.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, but you fucking revealed your identity, you dumb asshole.
Remember when I said no guns?
Yeah, that's...
I was just going to take his
He
eyes...
does say that. He's like...
I was just going to take his eyes and his tongue.
Yeah.
And Alfred's like, whoa.
That's cool. So, they reveal, like, you've changed things. And so, the things that are changed are, Harvey Dent's sister becomes mayor, and she's honorable and uncorruptible, and blah, blah.
Wow.
And Lucius Fox starts, like, making money and making more bat costumes, and they reveal all of Cobblepot's, like, criminal dealings over the decades come to light now that he's dead and nobody cares about testifying and shit.
Does it matter who the birthday boy is?
Not really.
Okay.
No, they say, like, it was Ray Salinger.
And you're just like,
Who was that?
who the fuck cares?
Yeah, who cares? It's just a little wrap-up, like, oh, by the way, the birthday boy, like, maybe they'll send him to, like, maybe when they eventually create Arkham Asylum, they'll put him there, or maybe he'll just escape, or maybe, fuck him, who cares?
Right.
So, it's just a way of setting the stage for him to be a character in this new Earth 1.
Okay.
There's a great moment where Gordon takes Axe and he brings him to the precinct and he just throws him on the ground and he's unafraid. Like, he's just like, I'm done. I'm done being scared.
Nice.
And so he arrests that fucking guy. And he's like, you can't arrest me. And then the captain comes in. He's like, you can't arrest that guy. And Gordon goes right up to his face. He goes, why? Like, you tell me why not.
Yeah. And the
And
captain's
the guy's like,
I guess we'll arrest him.
yep. And he's like, okay. So then he goes to jail. And then Gordon's like, that's right. Like, everybody, you remember. Like, I'm Gordon, bitch. You're like, fuck yeah, Gordon.
That's awesome!
And there's actually a moment where, like...
So this book is how Gordon got his groove back.
Basically. As a separate entity, as an original graphic novel, it's pretty sweet. And, unlike Superman Earth 1, it's obviously not a movie pitch. It could be a movie.
Right, but it's...
No studio would make it, because it's too dark.
Yeah, it's way too dark.
This would have been an interesting version for the show to go in.
Yes.
Because this is...
Like Gotham?
Yeah, because this is a lot about Gotham. There's no, like, crazy... I mean, like, there is, like, a supervillain, but not really.
Yeah, it's just a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Plus, I really would have liked to see the Penguin get shot in
at any point.
the new series.
It also-
Because fuck that penalty.
Oh yeah, he
It's
sucks.
also really cool. It looks like he's like actually being a detective.
He's actually really bad at it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Aw.
In Volume 2, he's like trying to figure things. Oh, Gordon is analyzing a crime scene, and Batman shows him. He's like, "You're stepping on evidence. Don't touch that. Your leather gloves will smudge the fingerprints." And then he goes, "You're not much of a detective, are you?"
Really?
Yeah. And then
Batman's like,
I'm gonna
get on that.
Well, and Alfred has a huge problem with Gordon, where he's like, you can't trust anybody. Like, no one can know who you are. Like, only the fact that I know sucks, but like that should be it. And
But I'm your butler.
yeah, and Batman keeps
so you own me, basically.
So Batman works with Gordon a lot more, and much to the chagrin of Alfred. And at one point, Batman says to Gordon, "Can you teach me forensics and how to be a detective?" And Gordon's like, "Okay."
I would have loved if he's like,
No.
It's not my job. I gotta be a cop.
I work fucking 10 hours a day, and then I gotta go home and then do my laundry. I don't have the time to teach you how to fucking do things I took 20 years to learn. Oh, and the Bullock. Oh, so it's all sunshine and rainbows at the end, and you're like, ah. And then the last, not the last page reveal, but a full page reveal is Bullock, and he wanders into a liquor store, and the guy goes, "What do you want?" And he goes, "What's the strongest?"
So yeah, he is. Look, he's got the rumpled coat on.
Yeah,
He's
becomes
becoming.
The Bullock that we love.
Yes. So
I love that Bullock.
Well, in Volume 2,
Wow.
he's just becomes a huge alcoholic. He's not
the
fat.
Okay.
But if they keep it going, he could become
He
fat.
will be.
Pick it up. I'll leave a link in the description box down below for you to pick it up if you want to buy it and check it out. Volume 2 is out as well. It just came out in March, I think. Read that as well. It's pretty awesome. I gave away a little bit, but not too much. So if you'd like to see another episode of Back Issues where we do Volume 2, let me know in the comments section down below, and we'll be happy to cover it, because I like taking requests sometimes.
I only have one question.
Let's hear it.
Does the book get darker in Volume 2?
No.
Okay. Woo!
It actually gets more ridiculous. It
Okay.
gets more fantastic.
Okay.
Superman doesn't
Okay.
show up. It's not like Batman learns to fly or takes magic pills to fight bad guys. It's just it never gets as dark as the Birthday Boy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
That's fine.
And we're establishing more Batman villains that you'd be familiar with. It's funny. I think that they tried everything with the Birthday Boy as far as new characters go. They're like, this is all I got. The rest are all going to be reimaginings.
Exactly. You can easily do a reimagining and you can make it darker.
Oh yeah.
But thank God they don't.
Exactly. Now, I like the idea of the Birthday Boy being this is Earth 1 Bane.
Yeah. Right.
Because who cares about Bane?
Well, Bane has magic technology. It's it's this venom compound that makes... It's no.
No, that's dumb.
No.
It's just steroids. And even then, a character that takes steroids, what a 90s villain to have. So, yeah, no. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Back Issues. We'll see you guys next week with an all-new Back Issues. I'm really excited to do Volume 2, so hopefully we'll do that very soon. And hey, I think this week, the week this comes out, Arkham Knight comes out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
So if you guys have that and play that, leave some comments for us. Let us know how it is.
Yeah, because I would like to play it.
Don't spoil it. Just
No, please!
let us know if you like it.
Is it cool? We don't have any next-gen consoles. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So long and enjoy.